We are not learning a new lesson today. What we are learning is that when you solve for interest, there are two different formulas. We have already learned both of the formulas, right? Simple and compound. So if you look at the front, I have simple. If you look at the back, I have compound. Nothing on this paper is new today. What you need to understand is that when you're given the simple interest formula, everybody write this, it solves for the interest. When you're given the simple interest formula, what does it solve for? The interest. So what if you have a question that doesn't ask for the interest and it asks for the total amount that's due? That's what we're looking at today, is how to push this formula one step further. Now, I'm not going to make y'all fill all of this out because you should already know it. What does I mean? Interest. What does P mean? Principal. What does R mean? Rate. What does T mean? Time. Nothing's new today as far as the formula goes. Everything is the same. All right, all we're going to do is look at the examples. So everybody look at example 1. A person borrows $37,500 at 3% simple interest for 5 years. And if it just says interest, it always means simple. Okay? How much interest will they owe? So that's the first question. How much interest will they owe? What's the second question? What will their total amount be? So that's the piece we're adding in today, is taking it that step further. All right, how am I going to solve this? Well, I write my formula down for simple interest. What is my formula? P, R, T. So nothing's different. My P is 37,500. Which one's my R? 3%. What do I have to do to that percent? Change it to a decimal by dividing by 100, so 0.03. And this is my T. So I'm doing 37,500 times 0.03 times 5. Put that in your calculator. Make sure you're not in rounding mode. Did everybody get $5,625? Where does that answer go? Is it the interest or is it the total you're going to owe? I'm going to ask again so I can make sure I hear y'all. It's the interest. This is how much money I'm borrowing. I'm obviously not going to pay back $5,625 total. If I borrow $37,000, I have to pay that back. This is the fee they're charging. So my interest is $5,625. Okay, I borrowed $37,500. The bank is going to charge me this much in a fee. How would I find what I'm going to owe all together? What am I going to do? Hello? Oh. What am I going to do? Add them together. So once you have this answer, you're simply going to add this back to the original amount. So add to the principal. You borrowed $37,500. You have to pay that back, plus you have to pay back your fee. So if I want to know what I'm going to pay all together, I add the fee back to what I borrowed, and that's my total fee. So my total that I'm going to pay. So $37,500 plus 5,625. I'm going to pay back total $43,125. Both of these are answers. It all depends on what they're asking for. So on the warm-up today, did we have to add it back or did they ask for interest? So I didn't have to do that extra step. But if they would have asked how much would they pay back total, I would have to add it back to what they borrowed. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, I want you to try example 2 on your own. Same formula, P times R times T. Make sure you change that percent to a decimal. Make sure you set it up correctly. You can look at mine. And that's your first answer. Did everybody get that far? Yes? Okay, I borrowed $60,000. I have to pay that back. Yes? But they're charging me a $9,000 fee. How much do I owe altogether? $69,000. All you had to do was add what you borrowed plus the $9,000 fee. So I owe $69,000 total when I pay back my money that I borrowed. Easy or hard? Easy. Flip to the back. Compound interest. We've already learned the formula. P stays the same. P is principal. R is rate. T is time. What is the difference between the compound formula and the simple formula? Compound, write this down, doesn't solve for the interest. Compound solves for what? Total amount. So it's backwards from the other formula. Compound solves for the total amount. I'm on the back of the page where it says compound interest. Compound solves for the total amount. So this time, once I put my stuff in my formula, where would I write my first answer? Under total. Okay, so here we go. Let's do example 1. A person borrows $8,600. That's my P. At 6% interest, compounded annually. So what am I going to do to this percent? So divide by 100 to turn it into a decimal, which is 0.06. That's my R. And my T is 4 years. I have 2 questions to answer. How much interest will they owe, and what will their total be? Okay, well, the formula is, and if you look, here's your formula. Wake up, wake up. Write it down. P, open parentheses, 1 plus R, and the T is an exponent. All I'm going to do is plug those numbers in. Instead of P, I'm going to write 8,600, open parentheses, 1 plus my R, so 0.06, close parentheses, and the 4 is an exponent. Now, once I find that answer, it's going to go right here. Because compound formula solves for total, right? So here we go. Make sure you're not in rounding mode. 8,600, open parentheses, 1 plus 0.06, close parentheses to the 4th power. Do I write that whole thing, or do I make it look like money? Make it look like money. So I'm going to cut it off at that second decimal. So $10,857.30. Okay, let's talk about it. This formula solved for total. So I borrowed $8,600. I'm going to pay back total $10,857.30. I'm going to subtract my total from the amount that I borrowed to find out what was that fee that they put in there, right? So they're opposite formulas. On the simple one, we solve for interest, so to get the total we added, but on compound they gave us the total, so to find interest you subtract the principal. So I'm going to do $10,857.30 minus $8,600, and that will tell me my interest. So $10,857.30 minus $8,600, and that's the fee they charged. They charged $2,257.30 in fees. 2 answers. Okay, try the next one on your own. If you get confused, look at mine to see how I set it up and make sure you set it up correctly. You should have gotten this answer. Check your calculator screens. Did everybody get this? Make sure you round correctly. This is where you would stop, right here. But since the number to the right is more than 5 or more, then this number goes up, right? So it would be 0.36. Check your answer with mine. I want to buy a car that costs $45,000. They're going to charge me 4% interest for 6 years. I'm going to pay back $56,939.30 total for that car. How are you going to find the fee that they charged you? Subtract this minus how much you borrowed. Okay, so all I'm going to do is $56,939.36 minus the $45,000 that I borrowed. So they charged me $11,939.36. And that's how banks make their money. They charge you that fee. Okay, so today, your assignment looks like this. You look at the front of the paper. It is all simple interest. I want you to do the evens. We're not going to do all of it. Are y'all listening? That's the right side of the page. So you're going to do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's 5 questions on the front. You're going to do the evens on the front. Now let's talk about simple interest. The formula is PRT. Write it down. That is going to solve for the first answer. So everybody look at number 2. You're going to do 210 times 0.08 times 7. It's going to give you this answer. What are you going to do to get the total? Add whatever you get here back to the 210, right? That's the whole front of the page. Turn to the back. All of this is compound interest, and you're only going to do the right side. So So 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So there's only 10 questions, just like we usually do. Okay? Write the formula down for the back. P, open parentheses, 1 plus r to the t power. But what answer will the back give you? The total. To get the other answer, you subtract. Is everybody good? All right, get busy.